Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. It is Monday, so you already know we are trading options, reviewing our plays from last week, and we are kind of just soaking it in today. If you guys saw my post on X yesterday, kind of an emotional day just for the fact that when we started this account, we had under $80,000 and we started at 105 videos ago. And we've showed every single trade along the way, and we are now sitting at $100,000 of pure booked profit in the account. So I want to go over that. I want to go the plays we have on the table, some of the cash we have available, what plays I'm looking to make this week as we enter one of the largest earnings week of the year, and what our plans are, right? So let's jump into it. But first things first, full transparency as always. For the day, we're up about $4,000. For the week, we're up about $6,600. For the month, up about just under $10,000. 3 months up 22,000. Year to date up 51,000 or 37%. 1 year up 52% or 64,000. And then all time, like we said, since we started this account, we are up $100,318 or 114%. So huge day for the account, huge milestone. As you guys probably do yourselves, make sure that you celebrate the milestones because you work so hard to get there, right? Like I said, we made over 100 videos in this account. We've showed every single trade. We've grinded towards this mark. And so you got to celebrate these, especially when you have profit markets like 100. I've only done this in about 5 of my accounts so far. And so each and every single time that I hit $100,000 with profit, I like to sit back and just take a look at what brought us to this journey. And if you've been following this journey over the last 2.5 years, then you already know that. So what are we doing in the account? What happened over the last week? Let's go over it. All full transparency as always. We had a bunch of stuff happen last week, right? So we sold some ETH calls. We ended up selling some Robin puts. We sold, let's take a look. We ended up selling 100 shares of Hood at 135. We had a call out there, right? So we got assigned last week at 131. We sold the calls at the 139. We bought those back. Then we sold some more at the 135. And then Hood absolutely just ripped. And so what happened? Well, I'm not chasing it. I'm wheeling, I'm dealing. I'm in, I'm out. I'm not worried about it. And so we took the W, right? So we made $111 selling the put to get the shares. We made $400 on the call side, and then we made another $250 or so worth of share, or I'm sorry, $400 worth of share appreciation, another $250 or so worth of call premium. So it was a nice $800 trade for the week, and so I just can't get mad about that. So we let those go. All the SoFi puts expired worthless, Rivian calls expired worthless, Connell puts expired worthless, MSTU puts expired worthless. Bull, this one ended up coming down to the wire. We ended up, let's see if it'll show here. It's not showing the price. So I think the price was like 11.51 or just right above the 11. So we had 10 contracts out. 6 of them ended up getting called away. And so we completed the will cycle on 600 shares of Bull. We were left with 400. You can see the call expiration of 4 contracts at the 11.5. So we kept 400 shares. And then we got busy with those this morning, right? Right at open, we sold the $12 call. If they get called away, we'll book the $200 in share appreciation. Or did we sell 3 or 4? Let me check. Oh, we only sold 3. So we'll book the $150 worth of share appreciation plus the call side if we end up getting to the $12 mark on Bull by Friday. If not, we'll just continue willing and dealing that. Then we tried to get some salt calls out there. Ended up getting one at the 24 for 200. We were assigned just barely for at the $20 cost basis. So this will be $200 on top of that. Plus, if they get called, $400 worth of share appreciation. So a potential of $600 in a monthly play. That's all the way out for next month on the 21st. And then we sold some SoFi puts into earnings, hoping that we get assigned on those at the 26 strike. We sold some Rivian calls for $22. And then I ended up just de-risking a little bit on Salt, right? We got 300 shares assigned at the 20. Salt has had a massive day today, about 9% up. And so we ended up selling for about a $40.48 profit. Plus, obviously, we got paid on the put side to enter those. Just want to de-risk a little bit. This is only a monthly option stock. And I just, for me, I just wanted to take a little risk off the table. We already have a bunch of winners in the account. And so I wanted to reduce that. So we have Salt covered at the 22 and the 24, now down to only 200 shares. So a really small amount of capital. And we are locked and loaded to make a bunch of trades, right? So if we head back to the account again at $188,000, if you guys started this journey with me, you know that this wasn't even close to what we thought we could get to when we started the year. Year to date, we're up $51,000, right? So when we were at January 2nd, we were sitting at $136,000. So crazy to think we brought it all the way up to 188 by just grinding each and every single week. We're mostly in cash. We've been selling a crazy bunch of puts. Now our cash balance is even higher, sitting at $114,000. And we have a lot of buying power available to sell some puts, right? So $78,000 available to sell some puts. Today is a super green day. So we're not layering any puts today. We'll let the market come to us. Like I said, it's a massive earnings week. And so when we have massive moves in the market like we are going to have this week, sometimes it's best to just sit back and let the market come to you, wait for some deals to be had. If some companies miss some earnings and I want to gobble up some shares, then maybe we sell some puts on those days. Big day is going to be Wednesday with Google and Microsoft. And we have Amazon on Thursday. We have Apple on Thursday. We have MSTR on Thursday. We have Coin on Thursday, right? We have a whole bunch of opportunities this week. And so we're just chilling with the 78,000 for now. Of course, I'll post when I find opportunities available. As of right now, the only put that I've sold today is on EOSC. That's the only red stock that I've found. And so we're just chilling. Contributions max at the 7,000. As always, Rivian calls, we have those out. SoFi puts, we have those out. Bull calls, we have those out. Now, ETHU, I want to talk about this. It says we're down 1,000 on the option. But let's remember, I'm willing to deal in ETHU. I have no attachment to the shares. My cost basis on the shares is $124.19, right? So I have 210 shares, and I've been collecting hundreds of dollars a week on this, selling calls, and my whole goal is to get out of the shares, right? So if we go here and we go to the Roth, you can see, let's just see. Yeah, you can see the call premium, right? So we were signed at the 125. It cost us $25,000, and that was back on October 10th. Since then, we collected the $1,200, that expired worthless. Another $600, so that's $1,800, that expired worthless. We ended up buying some shares at 108 to lower our cost basis, and that's why we're down at that 124-ish mark. But still, like we said, that's $1,800 with the call premium. Then we sold some more for $570. So, we're sitting at, $2,200, $2,300 with the call premium over the last couple of weeks. And so that's where I'm making the money on ETHU. I have no attachment to the shares. ETHU is now currently up 14% for the day. And so my hope is that these shares get called, right? If these shares get called, then great. I'll take my $570 for the week. I'll take my little bit of appreciation, $90 a contract or so. And then we'll just get right back into the wheel, right? We'll sell some puts. Not too worried about it, but I already have, 210 here, and then I have 350 in the main taxable account. So we're already trading at 560 shares of ETHU. So if I can offload a couple of shares above my cost basis, I am out. So that's the plan there. SoFi, I have one call there. I ended up buying 150 shares worth of SoFi last week, going into earnings. I'm trying to load some leaps in the taxable account, but here's where we're sitting, 28.25. We're up 6% on the position. I have a nice call out there at the 33. If they get to 33, adios. I'm totally fine letting the shares go, and we're gonna run it into earning. We have some Rivian puts on the table. We have the SALT call that we talked about, the 22 and the 24. We have the MSTX puts for the 11 all the way out to December, so we're chilling on those for now. And then we have the TSLL puts still out there. We opened these back up in July. We're up $800 on the trade, and I'm hanging out on these, right? Like this stock is trading in the 21s. If it gets to 443, please give me the shares. But for now, I'm just chilling, low cap. No worries on that one. It's such a small capital play that I'm not too worried about it there. So that's where we're sitting. That is every single trade in the account. This is where the balance is at as of right now. And again, today is just a celebration of $100,000 worth of profit in the last 2.5 years. And we've showed it all here. And what I mean by that is full transparency, right? I have a couple on my YouTube channel. You guys are obviously here watching it. You guys know that I split it up into 3 different portfolios, right? I have the larger options, the smaller options, which I refer to as my mini account. And then we have more of the dividend stuff, right? And so you can see right here, 106 videos. When we started this journey, we were at, let's go to the oldest. Yeah, we did this. We had $71,000, and you can kind of see we're grinding 71, 73, got down into the 67, 70, right? 66. I mean, we just kept grinding over and over and over. Let me scroll down even more. Kind of change the thumbnails here, up to 123,000, right? And so we've just moved the account slowly but surely each and every single week. Now we're into the 140s, 150s, 158, 160, 170, 180. You guys get the memo. But full transparency, we showed every single thing here, and hopefully that has helped you guys if you're following the portfolio. And that's why I made this post about it. Obviously, people probably resonate with it because everybody is grinding. Everybody has a different way of collecting wealth. Everybody has different ways that they like to trade. But it's fun showing the journey, and it's fun celebrating that. So shout out to anybody that's been on it with me and is celebrating with me. Now, full transparency, as always, like we do each and every single week, let's dive into the spreadsheet. This is every play we've made the entire year. We ended up wheeling out a hood. We booked the $400 in share appreciation. But why I want to come to the spreadsheet is because we have a record-breaking month, right? Right now in October, we're at $7,234 worth of options premium plus $1,000 worth of book trade gains from wheeling out of stocks. This is crazy, right? I mean, you're able to click a couple of buttons each and every single week. You guys see it each and every single week and make, $7,000 on your portfolio is absolutely absurd. So that's where we're sitting, $44,000 worth of options income. This is how all the money has come in right here in October, 451 so far today. We have some more work to be done throughout the week. We are not giving up here, and we have a lot of money to sell puts on. So when I see opportunity, I'm going to layer into those. But 44 weeks into the year, averaging just over $1,000 a week, which is insane to think about. I can't wait to look back at this video next year and see what we're doing then. Averaging about 0.7 a week, which is where I like to be, 0.6 to 0.8 on my puts. And if we were to just SPY and chill, we'd be sitting at 150,000. So we're beating SPY by $36,000 if we would have just put all of our money into SPY and done nothing. Of course, maybe we would have saved some time, but time is money, and you can see that we've outperformed it by $36,000. So I'd say it's worth it. So that's where we're sitting. We beat the 2% base case for the month. The 3% base case we beat as well. And we're working on the 4% base case as we laid out. So that's where we're sitting in the account as of right now. Up and to the right, we are pretty much done for the month. We have a couple of put trades we'll sell at the end of this or during this week if we get some pullbacks. But for now, this is kind of where we're sitting for the month. Q3, we're already off to $7,234. The goal is to hit $12,444 in Q4, which would put us right around $50,000 worth of options profit for the year of 2025. And then we'll start looking into some goals for next year. I'm not stopping here. I'm going to continue to build these accounts up. I'm going to continue to grind each and every single week and try to show the best plays that I can find for my money, and hopefully you guys are winning with me. This is where all the money has come from. You guys know MSTX has been an absolute money printer for me, especially on the put side. TSLL as well. ETH has been a powerhouse. Over $6,000 worth of options income there. And hopefully we get wheeled out of our shares this week. Connell, Hood, MVDL, Soxel, you know the game. $44,000 worth of premium grabbed and booked in the account. And that's where we're sitting. So if we want to look a little bit, if we want to look a little bit further, it's potential this is where we're at, right? We could potentially be, I don't know, if we're just looking at, 188, it's possible maybe we could potentially, if we go crazy, we could hit $200,000 by the end of the year. It really depends. Today's a really good green day, and we like to celebrate those, but tomorrow we could get another tweet. We could get, no rate drops. You just never really know what tomorrow is going to bring. So we celebrate today, we prepare for tomorrow, and we have heavy cash position, and we're ready to rock it going into the month of November, and we can close out the year. So that is what I have for you guys this week. Hopefully your portfolios are going up and to the right. Celebrate the wins that you are hitting. Enjoy the journey. And I appreciate everybody as always. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment. Appreciate y'all. Happy investing, and we'll catch you next time.